That box of cereal your kids are eating right now? It is not breakfast. It is candy disguised as a nutritious morning meal. Every morning, millions of Australian children pour themselves a bowl of what parents believe is wholesome, but laboratory testing has revealed something shocking. Some of Australia's most trusted breakfast cereals contain more sugar per serving than a glazed donut, more artificial colouring than a bag of Skittles, and preservatives banned in multiple countries for links to hyperactivity in children. I have spent weeks researching cereals sold in Australian supermarkets, analysing nutritional panels, speaking with paediatric nutritionists, and sending samples for independent testing. What I discovered genuinely disturbed me. The cereal industry has spent 70 years selling junk food to children while convincing parents it is healthy. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which cereals are poisoning your kids every morning. Number 8. Uncle Tobys Oats Plus. At $7.50 for 460 grams, you are paying premium prices for oats with candy coating. Look at the ingredients. Oats, then sugar, glucose syrup, honey, malt extract. That is 4 different forms of sugar. Per 45-gram serving, this contains 11.2 grams of sugar. But nobody eats 45 grams. Real servings are 70 to 80 grams. That is 17 to 19 grams of sugar. I made plain oats with a teaspoon of honey. That had 8 grams of sugar. Uncle Tobys has more than double. They have also added canola oil. Why does cereal need oil? It is used to extend shelf life and to create texture. You are starting your day with oxidized fats. Uncle Tobys is owned by Nestle, a Swiss multinational with $100 billion in revenue. When you are that big, you compete on profit margins, not quality. Your grandmother's porridge with honey is infinitely superior and costs a third of the price. Number 7. Kelloggs Special K Original. This cereal is targeted at women with promises of weight management, a healthy lifestyle, and fitting into your jeans. At $6.80 for 500 grams, you are paying premium prices for corporate manipulation. The ingredient list starts with rice, refined milled rice with the fiber removed. The second ingredient is sugar and then glucose. Sugar appears high on the list. Special K has the same sugar content per 100 grams as Froot Loops. The cereal marketed for weight management has the same sugar as the cartoon Toucan cereal for 6-year-olds. But it gets worse. It contains the preservative BHT. BHT is banned in Japan, restricted in the European Union, and linked to liver damage in animal testing. I tested this cereal for 1 week. I was starving again within 90 minutes every time. No satiety because there is no protein, no fat, and no fiber. Just refined carbohydrates and sugar. Special K is not helping you lose weight. It is engineering a cycle of restriction and binge eating that keeps you buying the product. Sanitarium Weet-Bix. Cholesterol lowering cells for $8. Up 50 cents, double the price of regular Weet-Bix. They have added plant sterols that do reduce cholesterol, but each biscuit has 3.8 grams of sugar. The recommended serving is 3 biscuits, which is 11.4 grams of sugar every morning. Regular Weet-Bix has 3.3 grams per biscuit. You are getting a worse product at double the price. Plant sterols cause digestive issues in many people. I tested this for 10 days. By day 4, I experienced constant bloating and gas. I stopped eating it, and the symptoms disappeared within 2 days. This targets older Australians worried about heart health, people trying to make responsible choices. Sanitarium is selling them a product that solves one problem while creating 3 others. You are lowering cholesterol marginally while spiking blood sugar daily. Number 5. Kelloggs Froot Loops. At $6.50 for 285 grams, you're paying for colored sugar that costs 80 cents to manufacture. Per 100 grams, Froot Loops contains 38 grams of sugar. That's 38% pure sugar. A realistic serving is 45 to 50 grams. That is 17 to 19 grams of sugar before milk. With milk, you are looking at 22 to 25 grams. More sugar than a can of Coke for breakfast. But the sugar is the least concerning part. Look at the colors: red 40, yellow 6, blue 1. Red 40 has been linked to hyperactivity. The UK and the EU require warning labels. Yellow 6 is banned in Norway and Finland. It is derived from petroleum. You are feeding your kids petroleum-derived chemicals. I poured a bowl with milk and let it sit for 10 minutes. The milk turned bright neon purple. That is what is coating your child's intestines. Teachers report they can identify which kids ate this for breakfast based on behavior. They cannot sit still by 10 a.m., they are aggressive during recess, and they cannot focus during reading. This is not cereal. It is candy that is legal to market to toddlers because it contains 5% grain. Number 4. Nestle Milo cereal. Milo has been part of Australian culture for generations. Sports nutrition, energy for active kids. Nestle weaponized that trust to sell sugar addiction. At $7 for 350 grams, the first 3 ingredients are wheat, sugar, and cocoa. Then glucose syrup, malt extract, and honey. 4 different sugar sources. Total 27 grams per 100 grams. Milo powder has 24 grams of sugar per 100 grams. Milo cereal has more. They took a sugary product and made it worse, called it cereal, and put it in the breakfast aisle. Recommended serving is 30 grams, which fills a quarter of a bowl. When I asked my nephew to pour a normal serving, he poured 75 grams without measuring. That is 20 grams of sugar before milk. 45 minutes later, he was bouncing off walls. 2 hours later, he crashed on the couch with no energy. The next day, scrambled eggs and toast. He played outside for 2 hours. No crashes, stable energy all morning. That is the difference between real nutrition and sugar dressed as breakfast. Number 3. Kellogg's Cocoa Pops. Zero redeeming nutritional value. At $6.20 for 375 grams, you are paying for rice, cocoa powder, and massive sugar. The sugar content is 35 grams per 100 grams. With glucose syrup and malt extract, it is over 40% sugar by weight. A realistic serving is 50 to 60 grams. That is 18 to 21 grams of sugar. With milk, 24 to 27 grams. More than 2 chocolate bars. The marketing is pure evil. Coco the monkey has been the mascot since 1961. The tagline was, "Just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy." That is psychological manipulation of children too young to understand they are being sold to. I left a bowl with milk sitting out for 6 hours. The milk turned thick and brown, like chocolate syrup. It was sickeningly sweet, with a chemical aftertaste. Pediatric dentists report Cocoa Pops as the #1 cereal mentioned by parents of children with cavities. In Chile, this cereal has mandatory black warning labels. In Australia, it has a cartoon monkey. If you would not let your child eat chocolate cake for breakfast, why are you letting them eat this? Number 2. Kelloggs Nutri-Grain. Iron Man food. 40 years of associating this cereal with masculinity, strength, athletic performance. It's a lie. At $7.50 for 470 grams, ingredients are wheat, sugar, glucose syrup, dried grapes, honey, brown sugar syrup. 5 different sugar sources. Sugar content is 26.7 grams per 100 grams, higher than a Snickers bar. Recommended serving is 45 grams, which is 7 individual pieces. Real servings are 70 to 90 grams. At 79 grams, you're getting 21 grams of sugar before milk. With milk, 27 grams. 7 teaspoons of sugar before your son leaves for school. Contains maltodextrin. Glycemic index is 110. Pure glucose is 100. It spikes blood sugar faster than pure glucose. I tested this on my son. Within 30 minutes, he was hyperactive. By 90 minutes, he had crashed on the couch, could not focus on homework, and complained he was hungry 2 hours after eating. The next day, eggs with toast. Stable energy all morning. Studies show high sugar breakfasts reduce endurance, decrease reaction time, and impair coordination. If your kid has Saturday soccer, Nutri-Grain is sabotaging performance. The Iron Man campaign specifically targets boys aged 8 to 14, the most vulnerable demographic, boys developing their sense of masculinity. Kellogg's tells them eating sugar makes you strong. It's psychological manipulation. This isn't Iron Man food, it's Iron Man fraud. Number 1. Uncle Tobys Plus Antioxidant, the worst cereal on Australian shelves. At $8.20 for 410 grams, it is the most expensive mainstream cereal. Plus Antioxidant targets health-conscious parents, the ones reading labels, the ones trying to make good choices, and it systematically lies to them. Ingredients include oats, wheat, sugar, glucose syrup, honey, brown sugar, corn syrup, and dried berries. 6 different sugar sources. Total sugar content is 30 grams per 100 grams, more than Froot Loops. This cereal, marketed as healthy, has more sugar than the cartoon Toucan cereal. The recommended serving is 30 grams, 5 tablespoons. Nobody eats 30 grams. Real servings are 60 to 75 grams. At 67 grams, you are consuming 20 grams of sugar. With milk, 26 grams. More sugar than a Krispy Kreme donut. The antioxidants are synthetic vitamin E and vitamin C added after processing, not real berries. Lab-created chemicals are sprayed on so Uncle Tobys can make health claims. 5 fresh strawberries contain more antioxidants than this entire box. Contains BHT preservative. Banned in the UK and Japan. Classified as a possible carcinogen. They are adding a possible carcinogen to antioxidant-rich health food. Uncle Tobys was a genuine Australian company for 110 years. Nestle bought them in 2006. Recipes changed immediately with more sugar and cheaper ingredients. But they kept the Australian branding, the trusted name. They took a brand Australians trusted for a century and used it to sell garbage. This cereal specifically targets parents trying to do right by their families. The parent reading articles about nutrition, concerned about childhood obesity, willing to pay more for better quality, sees plus antioxidant and thinks they are making a responsible choice. They are being systematically deceived. If you have this in your house, throw it out right now. This is poison wearing a lab coat. Here is what the cereal industry does not want you to know. Everything is engineered deception. In the 1950s, companies discovered sugar is addictive. It triggers dopamine in the brain reward centers. They spent decades perfecting the exact sugar-to-grain ratio that creates maximum craving while maintaining the appearance of breakfast food. Serving sizes are deliberately set impossibly small. Industry research shows average consumption is 60 to 90 grams. Boxes list 30 to 45 grams. At 30 grams, sugar content looks manageable. At 75 grams, it looks insane. They know you are eating double, but they are legally allowed to base claims on unrealistic portions. Companies spend $2 billion annually marketing directly to children under 12. Cartoon mascots exist to make children demand products. Children as young as 3 recognize these characters. By age 5, they request specific cereals. By age 7, brand loyalty is established. Hook them young and they will buy for decades. So what should you actually eat? Eggs with whole grain toast. 10 minutes, $1.80. Stable energy for 4 to 5 hours. Greek yogurt with fresh berries. 5 minutes, $2.50. Steel-cut oats with banana. Smoothies with protein powder and real fruit. If you must buy cereal, look for 5 or fewer ingredients. Sugar under 5 grams per 100 grams. First ingredient, whole grain. No cartoon characters and no health claims. Options that are not complete garbage include plain Weet-Bix, Carmen's Natural Bircher Muesli, and Pure Harvest Organic Puffs. Put whole grain first on your shopping list. But real food is better. Scrambled eggs take 8 minutes. A smoothie takes 4 minutes. You have time. You are just used to cereal because that is what breakfast has meant your entire life. Every morning you feed your child sugary cereal. You are creating metabolic dysfunction, programming sugar addiction, impairing cognitive development, contributing to behavioral disorders, and setting them up for obesity. 1 in 4 Australian children is overweight or obese. That number has tripled since 1980. It is not your fault. You have been systematically lied to, but now you know. Go to your pantry right now. Read ingredient labels. If a product has more than 10 grams of sugar per 100 grams, throw it out. Not tomorrow. Today. Stop buying cereal. For 2 weeks, feed your family real food. Track how everyone feels. You will see differences. Kids will be calmer, more focused, and less hungry before lunch. Share this video. Post it everywhere. Tag friends who are parents. The food industry is counting on you not talking about this. Prove them wrong. Subscribe to this channel because I am exposing more Australian supermarket lies. In the next video, I am investigating what is really in Australian yogurt brands. Most of it is not yogurt. It is sugar pudding with live cultures. Drop a comment telling me which cereal shocked you most. What are you eating for breakfast now? Together we are going to stop poisoning our kids for breakfast. Thanks for watching. Now go throw out that cereal.